Hey, what's up everybody? This is Viking from Tooele's Finest YGO. We're here and we decided to put a video together about decent main and side deck choices for the format, just cards that'll hurt certain decks and the reason why they hurt them. So without further ado, I'm going to get started with this video. So to start off, we have Fossil Dyna. This is seeing a lot of play in main deck and in side deck in Yosenju's, and then it's also being cited a lot in other such decks like Tooele Knights. Really good card. I mean, it's a walking Vanity's Emptiness, plus if it gets flipped, it destroys all special summon monsters. Really good card. It's only a couple bucks too, so really decent side to get. And then there's Artifact Lancia. This is a common from Duelist Alliance. And what this is it's a hand trap where you tribute it out of your hand during either player's turn, and for the rest of that turn, neither player can remove cards from play. So it's kind of like one turn Imperial Iron Wall. So if you're running a deck that does banish a lot, like Ritual Beast, and you need to slow down Necroz, this is a really good side. And then there's Drolin Lockbird. This is an interesting one. You discard it. Neither player, or is it just your opponent? Yeah, neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand. So this is really good against Necroz as well, and then also your Senju, so they can't duality or tanky into their cards or use their Comma 3's effect. Really good card to get a hold of. And then for extra deck type cards, we have Darklaw. If you're running a deck that runs Darks, Darklaw is a really good card. It hurts just about everything, other than Ritual Beast, of course. It's a walking macro. Plus, if they search, you can just remove a card out of their hand from play. Really good card. And for wind decks, Divine Wind is a really good card. If it destroys a card, a monster by battle, you get to draw a card, and your opponent can only attack with one monster during the battle phase. So he's a pretty good card, especially if you want to go for big pushes. Plus, he's a pretty big monster presence. And then we have Rhapsody in Berserk. He's really good against the Necroz matchup. Removes two of their mirrors from play so that they can't use them next turn, and just kind of really slows them down. We have Lightning Shidori. This is a really good one for Yosenju's and then Spirit Beasts alike. It just bounces cards, clears up field presence, gets rid of your opponent's problem things without necessarily destroying them. Really good card. And then Crazy Box. Just because Cleforce is running a lot of skill drain, Crazy Box really good. You know, he's a 3k wall that just kind of gets over everything. So really good. And then moving on to other cards like spells, we have Mass Change II. This is in conjunction with your Divine Wind and your Darklaw. It just really helps get plays off, avoiding back row, and then obviously Darklaw hurts a lot of decks. And then we have Creature Swap. Yosenju's are maining this a lot. Like, this is a really big card for Yosenju's. And then there's some Ritual Beast people that sided the card. I was thinking about doing that myself. I'm not sure if I want to yet or not. But pretty good card. It just, swaps your opponent's monsters. Now you have their Trishula, and they're just at a loss. Then MST, I thought I'd put this in the video. I mean, it's all obviously already a staple because Cleforce. But you really got to get rid of Floodgates, and you really got to stop those scouts. MST's a really good card. Snatch Still. This is another card that's pretty good and has been seeing a lot of play. It's kind of like Creature Swap, except it's only at 1 and it gives your opponent life points. I actually prefer Creature Swap over Snatch Still, but a lot of people are maining this. Just it gets plays off and kind of shuts down your opponent sometimes. And there's Dimensional Fissure and Macrocosmos, both of which really good cards to hurt most of the format. I mean, Necroz, it completely sort of shuts them down. They don't have anything to use if you get these on the field, things like that. Really good cards. Vanity's Emptiness, obviously a staple card in like every deck right now. Just shuts down special summons. Fiendish Chain, this is seeing a lot of play now with Yosenju's and other decks, because not only does it stop attacks, but it stops effects. So pretty good. Mirror Force has been seeing a pretty good comeback as well. Yosenju's are maining these usually now, and I'm actually starting to run them in my Ritual Beast just to clear up more field than before. Really good card. And then obviously the Dimensional Prison, also pretty good. Only problem with this is that it targets, so if they have something that stops targeting, Deprison isn't as good. This is a card that people have started talking about lately. It's called Typhoon. It's a card that destroys face-up spells or traps, and if your opponent has 2 or more spell or trap cards and you control none, you can activate that hand like an MST. It's a really good card, and especially for side deck, or if you're running a really stunny deck that you want to run a lot of back row destruction, I think Typhoon's a pretty good one to have. And then we have Fairy Wind. Again, Cleave Force is really good. It destroys all their spells and traps, their skill drains, everything. Gets all of them off the field. All face-ups anyways, and then both players take 300 damage for each that it destroyed. So really good against that matchup. Really helps. And then Mind Crush. This is a card that I've been seeing mained in Satella Knights and in most every side deck because Neekroz and Yosandris both search a lot. So if you Mind Crush them and get rid of the cards that they search for, it really hurts them. Dust Tornado, same thing as MST, basically really good side deck. Imperial Iron Wall. This is a really good card, especially if you're dueling against Neekroz or dueling against Ritual Beast. They can no longer remove anything from play, so it just completely shuts them down. And then non-fusion area, this is for the Shadows, which is kind of dying off, and also the Ritual Beast. It makes it so they can't fusion summon. So that's kind of the video. Let me know what you guys think. These are all just cards that, as a team, we've thought were pretty good as side and tech choices for different decks and other such things. So definitely let us know what you think. I hope you guys liked the video. Comment, like, subscribe, things like that. And yeah, we're also, for this regionals here in Salt Lake City, coming up this Saturday, our local Game Haven here in Tooele is actually sponsoring us. They give us these nice Game Haven mats and then some Game Haven t-shirts. So I'd like to give a shout out to Riley from the Game Haven in Tooele here for sponsoring us for that. And giving us these mats and those shirts. It's it's really cool that he's doing that for us, and I'm pretty excited. I'm really excited for this year's regionals, or this month's regionals, I should say. Next month's regionals, whenever it is. But yeah, so huge shout out to Riley from the Game Haven out here in Tooele. Keep doing what you're doing, my friend. See you later, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.